To the National Football League from Orlando, Florida. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion left is Higgins. Here's Burrow to throw right away. Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he goes out right around the 39. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A quick throw by Burrow is complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here we go.
Slot man moves right. Now it's Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. 2nd and 10. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They'll run on first down. Marion. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Marion. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4. Daniels looking to throw. He's got a touchdown, Commanders. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Here we go. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Let's go now.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Daniels. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection.
Let's get set.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Here we go. 11. Dot.
Now Burrow. Flushed out right. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 2, ready?
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Dot.
To the air again, Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Gun. Dot. Dot.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Dot.
Burrow will throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Here we go. Dot.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow, knocked him for a loss.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Dot.
This time Burrow will look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Throwing now is Daniels. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Up the middle they go. Marion breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Oftentimes, broken tackles are his specialties, and put another one on his tally there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. One-on-one, not likely to get him down. You need everyone else to get there and help you, I think they were signaling for you and I to jump on the pile and try and get him down, weren't they?
You don't want me out there, I promise you. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
There are so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They'll try the left side. Marion flexing his muscle at the 30, and he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. To throw is Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Daniels going to throw for it. That is caught. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
In motion left is Higgins. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
No, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Now Daniels. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
To the air goes Daniels. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Gun.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Commanders 27, Bengals 7.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on first down. Marion, a nice little juke on a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6. Williams brings it in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Daniels. The quick slant caught. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, here's Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
11.
Now it's Burrow. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Here we go, here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight first down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
He finds his man complete. That's Putup.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line.
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
11.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
T. Higgins with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because in the back of the end zone, never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Daniels looking to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Welcome back live to Orlando.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal.
Here's Daniels.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
The extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Over the middle, complete. It's Flores. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Here we go. Here we go.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And it's caught. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bengals try it. Doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only one timeout. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On first down, Marion. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now they'll shift things around. Throwing now is Daniels. This to Laporta, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Now a 2nd and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight. Come on, set. 18, pioneer.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So it's the Commanders who come away with a win, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, that was